What's up, guys? What's up, YouTube? If you're watching this video, thank you for tuning in. And I just felt inspired to share some encouragement, especially as a recent international student, a recent graduate, and someone who's fairly new living in Canada. And I want to share with you guys how to stay motivated, because it's the really tough times we're living in, especially those who are living in Ontario with the stay-at-home orders, lockdowns, pandemic. So much bad news, man. There's so much disappointment. Wanted to let you know that where there's a will, there's a way. And I do some things every single day that helps me to stay inspired and helps me to stay motivated. In this video, I want to share with you the 5 things I do to stay motivated as a newcomer here. And I hope that somebody somewhere out there who watched this video can be inspired by it and be more motivated. Yeah, guys, so as you can imagine, moving to a different country poses a lot of different challenges, and especially as an international student, as an immigrant, you're moving to a different country on your own, starting up a new life. There are a lot of different challenges, and even more so now with the global pandemic. You know, it's not really the best time to navigate through living in Canada, but it's so important to have a plan for your life. You know, the plan has to be a little bigger than just getting a job, graduating. You know, you might think that things are just going to be a breeze.
Finally graduation, this finna be a breeze.
Big fella, you not graduating today. Take this book back and head back to class.
Life is tough, man. And in order to really navigate through this system, in order to really get the most out of your experience, you gotta have a schedule, you gotta have goals, and you gotta believe in yourself and believe in your plan. There are so many people that move to different countries assuming that everything is just gonna work out. And if you're familiar with a common term of Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong. And I've experienced a lot of great things and I've experienced a lot of challenges. But what has really kept me motivated living in a different country is just having goals for myself. Every day I write down my aspirations, things that I'd like to accomplish. And when I accomplish these things, I reward myself. Be proud of the fact that you decided to move to a different country and take on a new journey. There are so many people that wish they can do it, but because of life circumstances, they're not able to. So be proud of that. But at the same time, don't assume that everything is just gonna fall into your lap and everything is just gonna work itself out. You gotta have goals, you gotta have aspirations. I know as an international student, you move to a new country and you know, you're just kind of narrow-minded with that whole pathway to PR or citizenship. You're just thinking that, okay, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna get a job, and these things are just gonna be linear. But no, life happens. And I would have never assumed that we'd be living through a pandemic right now. So, like I said, that's the first thing to do, to stay motivated, have a plan for your life. And when things don't work out, have a plan B, you know, because life happens. And only the strong will survive. The second thing I do to stay motivated in Canada is I try to learn new things. It's tough, you know, doing the same thing every single day. You know, it gets weary, it gets tiring. So, you know, I never used to cook a lot before I came to Canada, but now I try to make my favorite meals. I don't order out as much. I try to save as much as possible. And even on my birthday, I learned how to bake my own birthday cake. And it feels accomplishing, man, when you try to learn something new. And I'd like to suggest some websites that you can really look at and learn new skills, because if you're home every day, it's a perfect time for you to really learn something new, develop a new skill. And udemy.com is a great site. I learned so many different things, and courses go for a little under $10 and you can learn a lot. So in your free time, you know, even if you're a student, you know, the journey is bigger than just graduating now, especially when you graduate virtually. It doesn't feel the same. So try to be in that mindset of continuous learning. And even if you want to learn a new language, you want to learn how to be more confident, and if you want to learn how to make YouTube videos, trust me, I had to watch videos to learn how to do everything. So try to take up something new and try to challenge yourself, because a year from now, when this thing it's all said and done, you can look back and say, man, I accomplished a few things during the pandemic. So the third thing I do to stay motivated in Canada is I stay active. And guys, it's so important that you get out and you exercise. especially when the weather gets better. Right now it's nice and warm out, but even when it's cold, I try to do indoor workouts. Stuck at home every day, you start to eat junk food and you start to put on weight. You know it. I put on a few pounds and it was tough because especially the gyms were open up in 2019 and beginning of 2020. So I didn't anticipate that I wouldn't have been to a gym in over a year. So you gotta get creative. You gotta work out at home, even if you gotta order a few things off Amazon, an ab roller, a mat, do some meditation, do some yoga. Stay active because it's easy to get caught up eating junk food every day, ordering those Uber Eats and skip the dishes and all of that. You know, you gotta cut back on that and try to stay in shape because you don't wanna come out of this pandemic, you know, depressed and overweight. You know, that's not good. So for me, I try to go running every day if the weather permits. And when I can go running, I do some workouts indoors just to stay fit and try to take up a new hobby, a new skill. Like I started to do a little bit of shadow boxing. I don't anticipate being a professional boxer or anything, but it helps me to get in the mood, man. It helps me to get motivated and it really helps with your cardio. So learn something new. Take up a new skill, even if you could buy a cheap bike from somebody, ride around the block. I know they say it's a stay-at-home order, but I'm out here in a nice park. You know, I'm just enjoying the fresh air. So don't stay indoors, cooped up. Try to get out and be active, man. It's gonna help you in the long run. So the fourth thing I do to stay motivated, stay informed as a newcomer to Canada is I join different online groups and forums and really try to connect with people so I can learn. As a newcomer, it's easy to fall into comfort and complacency and just speak to your friends and family back home or don't connect with anybody. But it's so important to make connections with people. It's so important to be open-minded and trying to learn from others because you're in a new country, you don't know anybody, and it's hard. So what I do is I go on websites like meetup.com, and there are so many different forums and different groups that you can learn so many different things and connect with people who live in the same city as you, and they can really show you the ropes. They can teach you a lot. And I've established a lot of great friendships with people. Even as I play video games online, you know, it's a stress reliever. And I play PC games and I connect with people, and it's difficult right now with the social distancing and the lockdowns and everything to meet friends and make friends. And I know that's the main point of moving to a different country. You want to meet new people, you want to connect and establish relationships, but you have to find another way to do these things. So be safe with it. I'm not saying go there and trust everybody online, but find groups that have common interests, and you might meet somebody who you can become really good friends with. And I know there are people who use dating apps and all those other things. I'm not going to judge you for that. You do you, but I know for me, I connect with people so I can learn more about this country and be open-minded to the different processes and procedures and getting things done. Because if you don't know anybody, you're here, you're a newcomer, and you don't have any friends, you have to find a way to learn, right? So connect with people online, find different forums, and make the most out of your situation so you can stay motivated. Yeah, guys, the final thing I would say that I do that keeps me going every day in Canada is just having faith. And I know faith can mean anything to different people, especially living in this country. There's so many different spiritual beliefs and practices. And that's fine, you know, I'm not here to impose my belief on anybody. You do what you have to do. But I know my faith in God and my spirituality is what motivates me during times of trouble. For me, I tap into my spiritual energy and, you know, just believing that God has a purpose for my life. That's what keeps me going because, you know, every day you watch the news, people are struggling with depression, you know, mental breakdown, and I too have my challenges mentally and emotionally, but my faith has kept me strong and it keeps me pushing and it gives me something to believe in. So you have to find that reason why you keep going every day. Ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I doing this? For me, I know I wasn't able to really find a church home in Canada as yet, and especially now with the lockdown. So I watch sermons online. You know, I pray, I read my Bible, I meditate. And these are the things that really help me to stay positive. You You know, I think that's the most important thing. Stay positive, because if you watch the news every day, man, it's easy to just go down that rabbit hole of what's going to happen next. You can't control what's going to happen, but you know, I believe that God has a purpose for my life. So that's the final thing I do to stay motivated. I have faith, I believe, and I stay positive. Yeah, guys, so that's it, man. I hope that I said something that motivated somebody out there. You may be a new international student, somebody who just moved to Canada, and you're uncertain about what's happening. You're not the only one. There are days when I feel a little depleted, but just know that, you know, you did something great by taking on a challenge in life, moving to a different country, trying to better your life. It's not going to be easy. Life isn't easy, but only the strong survive. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. And that's what I tell myself every day when I face different challenges as a newcomer. You know, just know that you're going to be okay. And don't get caught up with the negativity on the news, social media. Stay focused on your goals, believe in yourself, and you're going to make it, man. That's how I stay inspired. Because if you're a person who just moved to a different country, you don't know what to do, it's tough, it's hard, but stay on your grind, stay focused. And one day you're going to look back, whether you're in this country or another country, and you're going to remember all the challenges you had and how you made it. So if I said something in this video that inspired you, feel free to like and share and post how you stay motivated every day. So that being said, this has been another video, A Broad State of Mind. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.